Hi, Jamie here. So, on this video, I want to talk about fun things to watch and practice English. A little bit how you can do it. When you say you're starting to learn English, or even if you're not basic level, people are going to tell you you should watch Friends. And as much as it breaks my heart because I love Friends, I need to say you don't need to, because if you think about Friends, is kind of dated because it's like one of those things that will be around forever. I know, like some movies and some TV series, I know it was big and it's kind of easy to understand the accent, the expressions that they use. Okay, all right, I agree with that. But like I said, it's kind of dated. Because if you think about it, like the last episode aired in 2004. It's a long time ago because I'm very bad at math. My production can tell me. 2004 was how many years ago? 16 years ago, according to my production, and I'm gonna believe my production. So, I studied humanities. Don't be mad at me. I know I'm gonna disappoint a lot of people, but I should say, if you've never watched Friends, you want to practice English, I don't know if it's the best option. And I mean, I'm talking about comedy, yeah? So there's so many new and more up-to-date TV series or movies. They're fun. They have simple language, if that exists. But when they make a production, when they make a movie, a book, or a TV series, they don't think it's for people who speak intermediate level of English. It's not like that. My point is, you can learn watching anything you want. Talking about, of course, the focus of this video is practicing by watching comedy or funny things. So there are a lot of funny things. There are sitcoms. Sitcoms are normally they have laughs on the back, and that kind of get in the way for some people, or some people don't like it. I know a lot of Brazilian people that don't like this kind of format. It's so American, they are more used to it, not Brazilian people. But there are a lot of movies and TV series that are comedies, but they're not these, they don't have this format. Let's put Friends aside, or How I Met Your Mother. I'm not gonna get even into it because I don't like How I Met Your Mother. There's a whole fight between people who were fans of How I Met Your Mother and Friends, like people who plays Mortal Kombat and people who plays Street Fighter. There's this thing. But anyway, I got some examples here for you. For example, on Netflix, one TV series that is very interesting. This is a sitcom, is One Day at a Time. I'm gonna put all the links for the TV series in this article. One Day at a Time is interesting because they are Cuban immigrants in the United States. So it's interesting because they talk about the struggle of the language too. So we relate to that. So it's interesting, and they talk about very delicate issues, like for teenagers, for adults, for children. They talk about racism. They talk about xenophobia. They talk about different social level. They talk about culture, and when you are living in another country for a long time, what culture should you follow, if that even exists. But anyway, there's another one on Netflix. In this article, I'm gonna put some more examples just so this video doesn't get very long. Modern Family is a pretty good comedy show to watch because it's not sitcom, it's not, there's no audience laughing. It's kind of a mockumentary. A mockumentary is like a documentary that is fake. That's why mockumentary. Netflix has almost all the seasons, and it's interesting because they talk about a huge family that they have all types of people, and you have all types of stereotypes, and they try to break these stereotypes so people can fit in. It's a pretty interesting comedy to watch. Well, when we were talking about movies, there are a lot of movies, comedy movies. Normally comedy tends to have a more simple language. Like I said, simple language is so relative, because when in comedy movies, normally they use their jokes, and obviously there are jokes and punchlines and idioms. So you have to research a lot of things, and it will be a challenge. It has to be a challenge, because one of the things to keep you interested in learning something is the challenge, and the challenge needs to be balanced, of course. If you have too much challenge, you get demotivated. If you have not enough challenge, you get demotivated too. Prime Video is interesting because they have a huge catalog for movies, like you can even find Frozen 2 already there, while Disney Plus is not in Brazil. They have most of Disney movies, Disney, Marvel movies, etc. Oh, hero movies is a good call, and we love hero movies. And just so you understand how you can learn with comedy, there's a TV series that most of seasons are on Netflix. It's called Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's a police department that is kind of crazy, and it's pretty good, and the characters are amazing. There's one character that he's pretty serious, and another character realizes at some point that he's lying, and the serious character asks, "Why? How did you know that I was lying?" And he said, "Because when you lie, you use contractions. Like, for example, you said, I should have done something." He's contracting have, and they're saying should have. So there's an English tip in the middle of a comedy TV show, You, like, kind of in an osmosis way, you learn that contracted forms in English, like I've, I'm, or you're, there, are more informal, So you see, you can learn with basically anything. That's why the focus of this video is comedies. Not just because people say it's simple language. It's because comedies are fun. Come on, I'm gonna talk about more serious stuff on my videos, but we need a good laugh. And it's an example that you can learn through anything. Well, I think that's it. There's more information in the article. And if you want to have online classes with me, there's the contact here in the article. So see you next time.